From the National Newsroom of the Canadian Press, I'm Karen Rebo. Canada-U.S. Trade Minister Dominic LeBlanc will be returning to the U.S. Capitol this week for more trade talks after spending most of last week in Washington meeting with U.S. Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick. LeBlanc said last week the negotiations are complex and that getting a trade deal with the U.S. will likely require additional time.
These are complicated conversations, but Canadians expect us to take the time necessary to get the best deal we can in the interest of Canadian workers.
U.S. President Donald Trump on Friday, before he left for Scotland, where he has since announced a framework for a trade deal with the EU, suggested getting a deal with Canada has been tough.
We haven't really had a lot of luck with Canada. I think Canada could be one where they'll just pay tariff, not really a negotiation.
Canadian officials have been working to lower expectations that a new economic and security agreement can actually be reached ahead of Trump's August 1st deadline. That's when he's threatened to impose 35% tariffs on goods not compliant with our Continental Trade Pact. One economist thinks a fresh tariff deadline will be one of the factors keeping the Bank of Canada's policy rate on hold again later this week. Desjardins chief economist Jimmy Jean says with signs tariffs could be pushing up core inflation, the central bank will likely not want to risk fueling higher prices with a rate cut this Wednesday.
Given the uncertainty about tariffs per se and what's going to happen on August 1st, the Bank of Canada is in a difficult position to really ease monetary policy when there could be further persistence coming from that channel.
Jean says the Bank of Canada's September rate decision could be open for a cut if the economy shows more signs of weakening before then. Mounties in southern Alberta say 2 men are dead and a woman is in critical condition after a vehicle hit a group of pedestrians and then left the scene. RCMP say 5 people were walking on the Siksika Nation Saturday evening when they were struck. The Mounties Major Crimes Unit has taken over the investigation. Authorities plan to file charges of terrorism and assault with intent to murder against the suspect in a weekend knife attack at a Walmart store in northern Michigan. 11 people were stabbed Saturday at the store in Traverse City. All are expected to survive. Health officials in Gaza say Israeli strikes have killed at least 34 Palestinians today. The bloodshed coming a day after Israel eased aid restrictions due to a worsening humanitarian crisis. Foreign Affairs Minister Anita Anand says Ottawa has trucks of aid ready to reach desperate Palestinians in Gaza. Anand says Jordan has allowed Canada to pre-position aid until such time Israel will permit it to enter Gaza. This is the Canadian Press. In sports, a tough loss for the BC Lions last night. The team was up 10 points with less than 4 minutes left on the game clock, but a last-minute touchdown gave the Hamilton Tiger Cats a 37-33 victory. Cornerback Robert Carter Jr. says it was a hard loss to accept.
You got fans leaving the game thinking this game's over, so I definitely thought we should have put that one away.
It was the 5th win in a row for the Ticats. The Toronto Blue Jays open a 4-game series tonight in Baltimore against the Orioles. The Jays still leading the AL East by 5.5 games over the New York Yankees. The Jays' 4-game winning streak came to an end in Detroit yesterday as they were whipped 10-4 against the host Tigers. And in tennis, Toronto's Victoria Mboko and Bianca Andreescu were winners in opening day action at the National Bank Open in Montreal, though Vasek Pospisil of Vernon, BC, lost his NBO singles match in Toronto. From the Canadian Press, I'm Karen Rebo.
Thanks for listening. Don't forget to follow and subscribe. For more of today's top stories, visit thecanadianpressnews.ca.